Hey, going? How's it going, everybody? I got super about the Sundays. Um, I seen a video today, and it kind of bothered me a little bit. So I kind of want to make it, I guess, a response to this video. It's about where we keep people in the game, and like they gang bang and they fight and stuff like that. And I guess it kind of hit home a little bit because I'm from projects. Yeah, I mean, I exposed a lot, and anybody that knows me is just like, that wasn't the life I lived, but I did fight a lot. I fought a lot, and though gunplay was never a part of the equation, I just find it really, really difficult to be able to witness this video and not make a response to it. For those that may want to know, I shared it on my Facebook page. Um, uh, Marcus Mike Guy Robertson, which is my Facebook page. I might leave a link below. But I really want to dive into what he said about these people. Um, the first thing I want to talk about is people. There's two things I want to talk about too. Uh, uh, Niban. Two things. And I guess the first thing out, it's in the book of Proverbs that I want to go into. And the first thing he said was, the guy he asked him, he said, "How are you? What do you think?" He's like, "What do you think? Are you doing anything good? How you feel about yourself?" He was like, "Do you think what you're doing is good?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course what I'm doing is good. I'm doing the best that I can do." And so the first thing, he paused the video and he said, Proverbs 26, he said, "Most men will proclaim everyone his own goodness." And that made a lot of sense to me. Most every man will proclaim to everyone his own goodness. Because who can tell you what you doing? Because everything you do would seem good, you know? Nobody can tell you what you're doing is wrong. So you tell everybody, "Hey, I'm doing good," even if what you're doing is wrong. The reality is sin. We are sinners. We can't be doing everything right, even when we feel as though we are. But what he didn't say was at the end of that very same verse. I'm going to read for you guys. He said, "Most every man will proclaim his own to everyone his own goodness." And then the rest of that verse says, "But who can find one worthy of trust?" All right? And a better word is, or a better way to say that is, "But a faithful person who can find." All right? If a person can proclaim his own goodness, how trustworthy is that goodness that you speak of? It's like, okay, I'm good, but can I trust the good that you speak? You know, and he's obviously a person in the neighborhood. He's like gang fighting and stuff like that, and he says what I'm doing is good. Well, from a bystander or a regular person's point of view, is can I find you faithfully true in what you say? You know, and that part I think stuck out more to me. But I want to read a little more. So every man, uh, most every man will proclaim his own goodness uh, to everyone, but who can find one worthy of trust? When a man walks in integrity and justice, happy are the children after him. A king seated on the throne of judgment dispels all evil with his glance. Who can say, I have made my heart clean. I am cleansed of my sin. Varying weights, varying weights, varying measures are both an abomination to the Lord. Even by his manners, the child betrays whether his conduct is innocent or right. The ear that hears and the eyes that sees, the Lord has made them both. So basically, the Lord states that He knows what you hear and He sees what you see because He is all things. He is in you. He feels and sees exactly what you do. And then He goes further to say, um, love not sleep, lest you be reduced to poverty. Eyes wide open mean abundant food. Basically, to break that down even further, um, give me, give me a sec. Um, yeah, love not sleep, lest you be reduced to poverty. Eyes wide open mean abundant food. Okay, and then do not love sleep, or you will grow poor. Stay awake, and you will have food to spare. That means a lot. That means if, in a sense, I like to say that is explained in the form of sleep, and people may take this literally. Oh, man, as I can't sleep, I gotta stay up, I gotta live. But no, literally, he means to enjoy laziness means you will grow poor. You will be in poverty. Because to be lazy is to lack work, and to lack work, a man must work to eat. A man, it states that uh, a man who doesn't work doesn't eat. So it's basically stating that if you love laziness, love sleep, then you won't have any food. You'll be poor and you'll be in poverty. But those who uh, who loves to be awake or to have eyes to be open to work, to not be lazy, shall have food to spare. All right, and I wanna jump the gun here and go into um the next chapter. He said when he went into the end of the video of this video that they explained, he uh the interviewer, he stated to the four young men, that it was basically Proverbs. What I read was Proverbs uh 6 through 6 through um yeah, Proverbs 26 through 13. But here I'm going to do 14. Proverbs 14:12. He said, at the end of the video, he posted a Proverbs 14:12. It said, "There is a way that seems right to man, but the end thereof are the ways of death." What seems right to man? What seems right to man is the ways of death. They gave me a lot to think about. Like, sometimes you can have such a better plan for yourself. You kind of take God out of the equation. You miss him. You make that next step past him, and you miss what he has to offer you because you have such a better plan for what you have the idea for. And the part that bothers me the most is, for me, like, sometimes I get caught up in believing that I have the better plan, you know? And I forsake God and his glory and his worth when I do that. And for him to say, uh, the way that seems right to man, but in thereof is the ways of death. It just says, who knows me better than me? Christ. So if he knows that the ways of me will lead me to death, why not seek him? You know? And these men believe that their way will lead them right. or lead him to heaven, and then the guy asked him some questions that he answered himself about lying, stealing, and being lustful, and eventually admitted to himself, I'm convicted. Like I'm not worthy enough. I'm probably going to hell. And so it made me think a lot. And like I want to read a couple of verses on top of that, Proverbs 14:12. Um and make it a lot more simple so people can understand it. 14:12 said, "There is a way that appears to be right, but in the end it leads to death. Even the laughter, the heart may ache, and rejoice may end in grief." That's power. But as I continue, "The faithless will be fully repaired for their ways, and the good rewarded for theirs. The simple believe anything, but the prudent give thought to their steps. The wise fear the Lord and shun evil, but a fool is hot-headed and yet feels secure." See that twisting contrast? The hot-headed feels secure. It's like, I'm so confident, I'm so ready, I'm so out there. And to be a fool, you're hot-headed, and you yet feel secure. But the wise fear the Lord and shun evil. If you ask me and say which is stronger, I think the stronger one kind of knows what's wrong with him and admits that the things that he's going through is frustrating, and he is sinful, and he is broken, in need of direction. And seeing that he knows these things, he tends to be more wise and fear the Lord and shun evil. I'm going to read a couple more verses. And I like this one. "A quick-tempered person does foolish things, and the one who devises evil schemes is hated." That tells you something about how he feels. "A quick-tempered person does foolish things, and the one who devises evil schemes is hated." But then it goes on to say, "The simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge." In a way, I kind of think that one speaks for itself. But I just want to say, all those that follow him, all those that follow the Lord, that you would know that Romans states that, "And we know all things work together for the good to those who love God and to those who are the called according to his purpose." Can you be called to the purpose of helping those that need encouragement, that need strength, that need to be helpful and strengthened by strong, God-fearing leaders? Yes, we are broken. We're not perfect. People say, "Oh, Christian," or, "Oh, I say I'm a follower of Christ, a follower of Jesus," because I know I need help. I need guidance. And I ask the Lord every day that I can go out and help somebody that is in need. Because this world is broken. There's brokenness everywhere, and there's never enough help that you could give. And I don't want to get too caught up in my life where I can't give back. Because the meaning of it is to love God with all thy mind, heart, soul, and strength, and love thy neighbor as you love thyself. And that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about on today. So I thank you for viewing it, or reading it, and watching it. And let God be with you guys. I'll be praying for you guys, and just be empowered, be inspired, be encouraged, and don't forget that the Lord sees you. and you are not alone, for he is with you always, for he will never leave you nor forsake you. And with Christ, all things are possible. And I just wanted that to be with you. Sorry, it's like 15 minutes, but if you was able to sit through the whole thing, thank you. I appreciate you guys for watching. ありがとうございました。マークス・ロバートさんでした。さよなら. See you guys.